Okay, today we're going to make something called a tessellation. So for this week we're going to talk about using art and math to create interesting designs. So this is a project that pulls a lot of concepts from geometry. So basically all a tessellation is a shape that you could repeat and then they fit into each other like a puzzle. So you could see on this one how I could put this here, trace it, and they'll continue to fit into each other. Okay? So when you start, you could get as many of these white squares as you want. So you could use as many of the white squares as you want to figure out what you want to do to practice with, and then you're going to do your final design on a red square like this. So here are a few of my practice ones. Here are the rules. You have to use the entire white square, only the pieces from one white square. You could cut out whatever you want, but whatever you cut out, you have to find some place to put it. You've got to cut from the edge of the square. You can't cut something from the middle. So I'm going to cut this one. I'm just going to do like an M shape like this. I'm going to cut that out, but I have to find a place to put that on the side of the square. I can't throw that away, and I can't put it on top of my white square. I have to put it on the side. So I'm going to pick one shape to cut out. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put it next to wherever on an edge. You could do any edge you want, but this is going to be the easiest. So I'm just going to put it there. And then I'm just going to take some tape and tape it down. So you can't take this and like tape it on top of it like that. And you need to try to keep it going kind of the same direction as how you cut it out to make it easier for yourself. So put that there, put the tape over top of it. Doesn't have to be beautiful, it just has to be together. So I like this one, so I think I'm going to stick with that one for my finished one. So once I've looked at all my practice ones and decided which one I want to do, I'm going to take my red square and I'm going to repeat this design on here. So I'm just going to take my white one, trace the same design onto the red one, and if your red one doesn't turn out exactly like the white one you started with, that's not a big deal. Don't stress about it. Nothing about this is supposed to be stressful. Don't get frustrated. So do the same thing I did before. Just take that shape I cut out, move it over to the other side. You can do it here if you want, or here, but it's going to be a little harder when you're tracing it on your finished paper. So I'm going to do this just to make it easiest. Then we take my tape, just one piece, put your tape over the seam, and then you're ready to start tracing on your white paper. So you're just going to take your design, put it in the middle of your paper, trace around it, and then you're going to figure out how you can make this shape fit back into itself like a puzzle piece. So that fits there. So I'm just going to trace it. And notice this goes off the edge of the page. That's not a problem. That's going to happen eventually. So don't worry about that. You didn't do anything wrong. That's the way it's supposed to be. So that fits there, and then I could fit this one in front. And I'm just going to keep tracing until my whole page is filled up. Then after that, if you want to add design, like this one kind of looks like a fish. So if I wanted to go and add in like a detail like the fish's eyes and the fish's gills onto my fish, I could do that, or I could leave the shape the way it is, and then you get to color it however you would like to color it. So you should end up repeating your shape about 9 to 12 times, depending on how you place it on your paper. So if you haven't traced it that many times, you're not finished yet. You've got to keep going until your entire paper is covered in your shapes. And like I said, if I wanted to go and add in details, like maybe I want to make this a fish, so I could do the fish's eye, could do the fish's gill, I'll go do that on all of them, and then I'm ready to color. Or you don't have to do that detail and you could color it so it's more of just a pattern than a picture. That's up to you.